Hello.
Uh, Welcome to another Link to the Past randomizer race from the Casual Boots Tournament 2023. This is a match in Group T between Shinmaru and jmeasher. I am Gilgamesh, joined today by Arya. Hello.
Hey Gil, how are you?
I'm doing good. So yeah, we're reaching the end of the Swiss stages, or not Swiss, I guess it's group stage. The end of the group stage of the Casual Boots Tournament. Shinmaru currently 5-0 in the group, so has already locked up a spot into the brackets. jmeasher, I believe you said was 3-1 currently, so a win today would also lock jmeasher up for brackets as well, and potentially force a tiebreaker for first place with Shinmaru, depending on how their last match goes. So, not quite as important of a match for Shin, but definitely an important one for jmeasher.
Yeah, I mean, for Shin, a win sweeping somebody of jmeasher's caliber would be pretty great, and finishing at 6-0 would likely guarantee a bye into the round of 64 too, because this is a big tournament with a lot of players who are going to advance.
And we are underway. Nice heart container to start.
Yeah, as you noted, this is the last match in group stage for Shin. jmeasher and Calmarino, who's 1 and 3, each have a couple left. So they're the two who still have a chance to be the second person advancing here. And as you noted, jmeasher still has a chance to force a tiebreaker race for first place.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been keeping super close track now. I think we're basically in the last week here of the group stage, right?
Yeah, this is the third of 3 weeks allocated for group stage play. Most of the groups are wrapping up. There are a few that are totally done, a few like this who just have 2 or 3 matches left to be handled over the next 3 or 4 days. And they've already been at least one. There was a tiebreaker race yesterday, I believe, between Koi and Muftai.
Yes, I actually watched that one. That was a very, very close race.
And, yeah, I know that there is a tiebreaker coming up between Telethar and Wombat, and a few others that could be on the docket too. So, good news for those tiebreakers is both the players involved are already advancing to the playoffs no matter what. But there are also a few groups that could potentially have 3-way ties at 4 and 2, or second place ties at 3 and 3, stuff like that. So,
well, we'll see. We'll find out here soon within the next couple days or so. So keep an eye out as we make our way through Escape here. Not a whole lot going on in the escape sequence. You have to do it. It's fine, but generally, you're not going to find anything too crazy. You're not going to. There's not going to be any routing differences in Escape, probably.
no, a lot of health early on. Full heart, couple heart pieces, blue mail. Definitely makes this room, at the very least, less stressful. You can be more aggressive.
Both players going for full sword strats on the night there. Picking up a bottle. That's nice to have before heading to Kakariko.
Yeah, I didn't notice what, if anything, we've had off of the drops thus far. Obviously, obviously, you don't need the bombs for the back of Escape, but you'd love to come out of Escape sequence with a few. Just in case you want to head to CAC right away. But
it would be nice.
There are,
but yeah, like you were probably about to say before I cut you off, apologies. That you can pretty easily pick up a couple bombs from the Bonk Rocks just north of Kakariko if you end up not finding any along the way.
Both players make a nice time thus far. Very efficient.
Yeah, see what time we get to the back here. That's generally where I start looking and being like, all right, well, how far am I behind or ahead of pace? Shin gonna be getting back there about About 350, which is a pretty good pace, actually. So I already have the small key. I do not believe we picked up the map yet, but I could be mistaken. Oh, nope. Okay, now we have.
And I think we're listening to Shin's MSU right now, which is Kirby Superstar.
Mm-hmm.
We get to hear jmeasher later. He's using the messenger, so two pretty nice MSUs here.
Yeah, I like that messenger one. That one's real good. Another bottle with a B. Okay. And oh, wow.
Wow, okay.
Can we go for 4? Can we get a 4th one in the sanctuary chest?
Bottle percent before we leave. Escape, let's go.
Did pick up a couple bombs there.
I have once seen sword percent before escape is done, but I've never seen bottle percent.
Alright, Shin finishing about a 514. It's pretty good. Around 515 is generally what I aim for on a cash boot seed, so good pace there.
Yeah, first money we've seen, aside from maybe selling that B.
Yeah, that's going to be the bigger problem. Rather than the bombs, because we do need to try to collect $100 before we get to Kakariko, if possible.
Yeah, at the very least, one of those Bs was a good B, though.
This is interesting. Shin is opting to not check Lumberjack Ledge here.
Yeah, it's a fairly typical play to get this out of the way in a Kaz boot seed.
Yeah, this is an aggressive play on Shin's part. It's going to be fine because there was just a heart container there. It doesn't matter, but yeah, you tend to see a lot of people check that because you have boots. It's pretty quick to get up there, and Aga seeds do tend to be a little more common in seeds where you start with one of the items needed to beat Aga.
Both players picking up the fillet and the thief drop down. We both have 6 bombs now, though, so that's fine shape for CAC and afterwards, especially with the volume of checks in here too.
Uh-huh. Oh, well, there's the money. Okay, we just have it all. And lamp. Oh, hey, speaking of Aga. Fire rod. Good blindside.
Yeah.
See what else we can pick up in the well here. Loot, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Kakariko trip working out really well.
We are very mobile now, as long as we remember to activate the flute. Actually, I'm gonna pick up a little extra cash from the bottle vendor here using that good B. I'm gonna... Oh no, he did check the bottle vendor already. He checked it before. But yeah, this is great. We can fully clear Kakariko without needing to come back.
Yeah, and again, like the boots make those.
Oh, he didn't check bottle vendor. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think he did, but there's a lot of
Yeah.
stuff going on the screen at that point. He's gonna sell more bees though.
I mean, yeah, that's good. So, I mean, Jin has Zora money now, which is probably going to be a likely play after Kakariko to do South Shore and then water walk over to Zora area. Uh-oh. Shin's favorite item there, picking up the book. I mean, Desert is also... We haven't done a map check yet, but Desert is beatable.
No glove yet.
Oh, glove, you're right. Desert's not beatable. Just kidding. I didn't say that.
Eastern's beatable though.
Is it?
Yeah, just picked up a bow.
Oh. Well, how about that?
I mean, I don't know what Sick Kid was doing with bow and arrow, but we don't ask those questions.
There's a map check. Oh, Pendant Eastern, Pendant Hera, and Crystal Desert. Perfect.
That's convenient.
Yeah, that's not really the layout you were hoping for, given this item set.
Cool, free lamp, free bow, free pendant Eastern.
And 20 bucks there, so we're done in Kakariko. Gonna head down to South Shore and see if we can get one or two more items to point us in a direction. I could see people going over to Agina's Cave desert area with, you know, having the book. It's just, with desert being a crystal, you probably want to put it off until you can clear it.
Yeah, that's definitely the ambition here. jmeasher going to the dam. Shin's gonna at the very least save Gary up on the mountain. And only two checks on the mountain in logic, well, doable at all right now, but
Right.
do establish that save and quit point if there is something there that can definitely help you. And it's quick enough to get out of there.
I can tell you right now that Shin is going to last locate Eastern anyway, because I am commentating, so...
Well, it's not AD keys, so we can't rush.
Alright, Mini Moldorm Cave, we have powder, and that's it. So nothing too exciting there. Interesting, jmeasher taking the detour here up the mountain after Mini Moldorm Cave.
We're gonna get at least the second check here.
As long as these rocks cooperate. Ether on Spectacle Rock top, and 10 arrows inside, so nothing there. Alright, Shin making sure to soften up that door a little bit with the powder.
And sometimes the bomb doesn't take unless you really lighten it up.
Oh,
Hey,
sword on the ledge there. Hey, guess what? We can do Aga now.
Oh good, a shovel too. Yeah, Shin's gonna use that edge and money here to do this water walk up to the Zora area at the very least. Oh, shot.
Huh.
That's good info.
Interesting.
The Pearl and Desert.
Yep. Classic. See if Shin, yeah, I mean, like, if Shin gets to spike a glove here or something before heading to desert, that would be, pretty ideal. But yeah, with that Moon Pearl, so now Aga is looking a little more interesting. You know, we don't have a ton of options in the Dark World yet. We can go into Pod and do some damage in Pod. Can't beat it without the hammer. Can't do Catfish. So it's really just the ledge and some number of checks in Pod at this point. So that would probably make me hold off on that a little bit longer, hoping to find something else.
Nothing from Zora's. jmeasher got the second item there in Desert. Burna, nice enough to have. But pick up that second sword, probably knock out Agina here too. Shin's gonna follow up on that shovel.
But yeah, this is it's interesting because that hook shot being on Floating Island, like, we're not going to find hook shot to make Dark World more enticing. Alright, should get over here. Check Saha first, and then depending on what we find in there, maybe we'll go into Eastern. jmeasher is going to go also to Eastern. And Quake. Yeah, Shin footing away. Gonna check Desert, despite every fiber in his being telling him not to. I do like the Agina's cave check here first for Shin before going into Desert, just in case you find a glove in here and you can clear it.
Yeah, normally it's like so slow that you'd ideally love to put it off last like jmeasher, but what you said
Alright.
makes total sense there.
And jmeasher's making the call here. I think this is reasonable. We're still 2 items from regular Dark World access, and chances are you're not going to find this in Eastern.
Yeah, I think being 2 away, as you noted, is definitely makes this seem way more likely that it is required, or at the very least logically required. Shin's gonna pick up his pearl, he's gonna pick up his second sword, and then we'll see. I think, yeah, he only has Eastern left as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and up note, like, so jmeasher did not check that Hylia Island, so he doesn't know about that hook shot, which is... That's gonna be pretty good knowledge for Shin until jmeasher checks that. But yeah, we really have no option other than to go to Pod after hitting the Dark World here, so we will see what Pod has. I would suspect... What would Pod have? I don't think there's any way Pod has a hammer and a glove, but a single one of those, probably just... Boy, it's just gonna be hammer and Pod, and then that lets you go to, like, Hype Cave and get your glove or something.
That could be, or just one thing in Eastern and the cleanup in Pod.
Alright, Shin getting both items from Desert here. See if he makes... Shin getting both items of Desert here. Oh, didn't pick up the sword yet. Okay. No, they did not check under the bridge because Well, so jmeasher didn't water walk at all. Shin, what are you doing? You have both items. Shin did not have the Moon Pearl at the time, so did not go to under the bridge, just went straight to Waterfall Cave. And jmeasher did not opt to do Ice Rod Cave at all, actually.
Yeah. Which, if he skips it, it works out great, because it's just a shovel that leads to $20. But...
Alright, Shin, what's it gonna be? Are we doing it? Yep, we're doing it.
Yeah.
Noted Eastern hater, Shinmaru.
Dagger one really is a dynamic fight.
It's very exciting. It's
pretty
look forward
thrilling.
to it every time. Alright, so let's see, do we get an instant map check here? Not yet. I guess there's no point. You don't have a choice but to go straight to pod anyway. Oh, there's our fourth bottle. We did it.
That was close, and I'm counting that as close
That's
enough to
almost
Hyrule
Hyrule Castle, yeah.
Yeah, it's...
Alright, let's see what we got in pod here. So obviously something's got to be here. It's just, well, actually, I guess something doesn't technically have to be here. It could have just been Hammer and Glove and Eastern, which would be wild, but... So Hookshot cannot be in pod. We already know that Hookshot is on the Hylia Island.
No, jmeasher still does not know about the hook shot.
Alright, there's a glove. So now we can do catfish. And nothing else. Actually, we can be desert, but that doesn't get us anything because we got both items.
Rush the very slow path to go beat land, though.
See if Shin picks up bottle number 4. Alright, TR is our last pendant. Interesting. And vanilla red crystals. Shin choosing not to fluff the extra bottle.
Well, he only has, what, 2 or 3 blue potions right now?
Yeah. This really just gonna be go to Catfish. Or Hammer and Eastern. That seems so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you do here? Like you only find Glove. Do you check Catfish? Do you just suck it up and go to Eastern?
I think I'm sucking it up and going to Eastern.
I probably would have sucked it up and gone to Eastern before this, honestly. But
Yeah, I think I probably would have paired it with Saha, given where they were at that point. Which I think when both checked it, did they have 0 pieces of Dark World? Neither had been to Desert yet.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, none of the options felt great. None of them felt like they were going to be the unique answer to the problem.
Yep. So just the Glove and Pod. So we have one piece. We just need to find the other one. Oh, jmeasher did do the back. Or the right side without the big key. Yeah, that's definitely a thing you could do.
I'd missed one of his pickups, so I figured that he had found like 4 smalls and the glove and something else.
Alright, heart container there. I think this is a small key.
Yeah.
Yes. Alright, so confirmed, just Glove. So jmeasher has a couple options here. It has Zora and Logic, could do that. Has Eastern Area, has Catfish. Looks like jmeasher gonna go for the ice. Oh right, has Ice Rod Cave. Will have Shovel.
Yeah, should get that
Mike,
shot
I'm
knowledge.
gonna ask Mike in chat to stop right now and don't talk about stuff like that. But I believe the answer is yes. I think they do. I do not think we're going to see any fairy hover revivals today.
This will be our first check of the guy under the bridge, though.
He's got $50. Alright, jmeasher getting that hookshot info. We are still quite a ways away from that as well. I don't recall exactly what Zora had, but it was nothing exciting.
I think it was like 3 bombs, maybe. There we go.
There it is. All right, where do we go now?
I mean, you got, well, yeah, as you know, there's 2 places that make sense.
Check that shovel.
Oh, right, he's got the shovel.
Yeah.
That's another exciting day for the shovel.
All right, and now Shin is done in pod. So Shin's already done this stuff that jmeasher is doing. So Shin only has the Eastern or Catfish options. Actually, no. Shin has the Spectacle Rock, which didn't look at the first time because he only came to rescue the old man. But still not going to do that. It's gonna go back to Deep Desert for 0 items. Shin, you're not playing Key Sanity. You know you're not playing Key Sanity, right? This is... Normally, I like to, you know, give runners the benefit of the doubt. This is 100% not correct.
Yeah, especially with the options so limited. It's not even... It's so early that it's really like, you don't even need a mental break to be like, oh, which pendant dungeon do I have to dive later?
Yeah.
Something. You do know that that Mire is a crystal as well, so the ideal setting for desert would be to be able to just knock it out when you do Mire. Meacher is going to give us our first look here at Eastern.
Yeah, maybe Shin is just doing this to delay Eastern to troll me some more. Well, Shin's going to enjoy this map that he gets from Lanmo. Now, I mean, jmeasher is going to have to do this at some point, but we'll probably be able to combo it in with Mire and might have silvers or something to make the fight a little bit faster. I mean, Shin's got Fire Rod, so it's not like this fight is particularly difficult anyway, but still, this is wrong. I'm going to let Shin know that this is wrong. And jmeasher finds Dark World access with another glove in Eastern.
And that's all 3 items. Not going to bother with the Armos Knights fight.
Seems like the right call. So yeah, we can get into Dark World, we can beat Thieves Town, we can beat Skull Woods. We can do all kinds of stuff. We can check King's Tomb.
There's crystal number 1 for Shin, though. Now he gets to make this fun choice.
I mean, I think there's really only one choice here, but we'll see how stubborn he wants to be. What is he doing now? Oh, he's gonna check. Really? Are we really? I'm starting to think that this is intentional. This is an intentional throw. Wait.
Is checking. Oh, lumberjack.
Because he never checked this. So, okay.
Okay.
This is insanity. This is ridiculous. Get your clown emotes in chat.
That's +1 heart there.
And he's gonna go to Catfish first. Checking Lumberjack is not clowning, but I think not checking Lumberjack at the beginning of a cash boot seed is probably not clowning, but questionable.
I did see on Misha's side a 3rd sword in the brewery, so it's pretty nice with a prospective moth fight coming up.
Now, what happens if we just find Hammer on Catfish here? Shin just never getting that other glove.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while.
Mitts are in Eastern Palace. That is not a hammer. All right, Shin, you have to do it now. You can't dodge it anymore. Maybe he's gonna try the fairy hover revival instead. Wait, is he actually gonna try this? Oh, that's right. He hasn't checked this yet. Yeah. Okay. This is fine. Why would you do density when you could do all these other nonsense checks?
Fourth sword now for me, sure.
Three is very dense. I don't know. That's a big number. I also think Shane should have just checked the Spectacle Rock when he went up the mountain the first time, personally. But
Three's not amazingly dense, but when it's compared to one here, one on the other side of the map, one in Dark World,
and getting a map on Landmo.
Pretty routine Moth fight there by jmeasher. Doing a very good job keeping Moth at bay for crystal number 1.
Alright. Shin gets what he's been looking for the whole time.
In this situation, in jmeasher's shoes, and pretty much what Shin's going to face too, would you be clearing Thieves Town here, despite the lack of hammer?
I would, but I am a serial Thieves Town clearer without hammer. Like I'm always 100% of the time I'm doing it. Like I don't care. It'll burn me once in a while, but it's not going to burn you that often, especially in a mode like this.
Yeah, I'm definitely, especially in this situation, more apt to do it as well. We did see Ether for Meyer.
Oh, Boots in Meyer Shed.
Yeah, they can finally go fast.
We could rush Hammerless Ice for more Clown. Listen, I'm not opposed to that. Let's go. Yeah, it looks like 3 items in the back of Thieves Town, so given that, well, we got the small key in the front too, so yeah, small key in the front actually makes me want to do the back more, because it actually puts more chests in logic without the hammer.
Shin's going directly to the back here, which is a little bit unfortunate given that there's well, for him would be the third sword in the front of Skullwoods.
Yeah, but it's pretty well equipped at this point. You know, Master Sword Moth isn't that bad. So far, jmeasher not finding much in Thieves Town. I mean, we do still have a bunch of overworld checks that we can make, you know. Mirrorless, Smith Chain, everyone's favorite. Hype Cave is still alive. Digging Game, Stumpy. Catfish. Wait, no, Shin did Catfish.
Yeah, but Mishra hasn't. I mean, of all the situations for mirrorless smiths, this one seems almost the best.
Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to not at least grab the smith on your way south here. Because you can just flute back to Kakariko after your Hype Cave check is done. Okay, well, there's another bow on blind, and we didn't leave anything in the big chest, so that's nice. I don't think we left anything in the big chest. Maybe. You know, I'm going to retract that statement. I wasn't counting close enough. There might still be something in the big chest.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I saw 3 items, but I missed if he picked up the 4th.
Yeah, I didn't see what was in the attic.
I'm pretty sure the attic was bombs.
If the attic was an item, then we found all 4.
Okay.
Alright, Shin having to burn one of those blue potions on Moth, but gets it taken care of. Nothing on the digging game here, just another 20 bucks. I mean, there has to be something in Hype Cave, right? Like, we don't have anything left.
We're running out of places to have something, yeah.
Half magic is nice, but not progression. Where's the most, like... I mean... Hammer doesn't even really open up that much right now, so... It feels like Mirror is going to be the next thing to find. Or maybe... Yeah, no, because Mirror opens up Mire, too. Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking Mirror here. Yep, there it is.
Yep.
And a mushroom.
That's fun.
So now we have a bunch of junky options. We can go to Hera, Tendon Hera. We can go into Mire without being able to clear it after we pick up our ether from the top of Spectacle. We can do Cave 45, Graveyard Ledge. All fun things. We can do Magic Bat.
You can do the right. I was about to say you can do the roundabout bat check. Pair it with Purple Chest, everyone's favorite combo. Now Mike wants us to water walk to Hookshot.
I mean, honestly, I'm not opposed.
It's a quality muffin stash from Shin. It's underappreciated new tech, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, we have a book, so we have the tablets as well. Oh, there's Samaria. Okay, well now Meyer is more enticing.
Yeah, there you go. Just hanging out in the Meyer area.
Shin didn't check that. Oh, because Shin doesn't have the mirror. Didn't have the mirror
Yeah.
at the time, right? And yeah, unfortunately, that's a little isolated now because Shin already did Meyer shed.
And Misha gonna head up the mountain, pick up that ether medallion.
I'm gonna say Hammers and Meyer.
It seems like a lot of things are pointing that direction right now.
Now, I assume you probably check Harrow while you're up here, even though it is a pendant.
Would you check more than just the basement? I mean, the couple initial checks?
It depends on if the big key is accessible without doing the basement.
Yeah, because we obviously know where the hookshot is.
Okay, jmeasher's not going to bother. I'm going to go straight to Meyer.
I think this is totally fair. Again, a lot of things just put this dungeon in logic, plus he can knock out
Yeah,
Desert
it's
as well.
totally reasonable. Speaking of things getting knocked out, Shinmaru's internet. We'll try to get that back as soon as possible. Oh. Looks like we're back.
Just a little bit behind, but
Yeah, we'll see if we can maybe get those synced up.
so really all we're looking for now is just hammer and flippers, right? Because we know where the hookshot is.
Yeah, we don't need Ice Rod. Hammer and Flippers, and yeah, that'll do it. This is gonna be the rare Hammer Go Mode seed. Good fluff from Shin there.
I mean, the positive for the players is they don't have to dig for anything the rest of this seed. With all the free swords, silvers will be picked up by Shin eventually. Have we seen anything in Meyer on Misha's side?
No, we have not. So, I mean, Hammer just sitting in Hera, maybe? I mean, jmeasher also decided to forego, which, I mean, Shin is also doing, but, like, forego the remainder of Smith Chain. Given Shin's massive aversion to pendant dungeons earlier, I expect him to not do Hera here as well.
Yeah, that would seem likely. Oh, maybe not. Okay, well, first look at this that we're gonna see. Shin can get to the top here. And that Vitreous fight did not take very long on jmeasher's side. Three crystals for jmeasher. I don't know if there are items remaining. I didn't see him get anything of note. He's gonna go finish up Desert, which we saw earlier from Shin.
Nothing in Meyer. We have Hera, we have Purple Chest, we have Magic Bat, and Graveyard Ledge. Cave?
Yeah.
Chain 45 was checked, right?
No, I don't think that or Bombos.
Mir was afterwards.
Yeah.
Shin did do Bombos Tablet.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, after getting the mirror, he headed over to Bombos Tablet with the Smith.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're right, yep. So that's fourth crystal on the board here now for jmeasher, and yeah, let's see which of these exciting options he's going to opt for here. Smith chain cleanup first.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you probably do Graveyard Ledge here and then finish up Smith Chain. Or you don't do Graveyard Ledge here.
Graveyard Ledge got put in an awkward position in this one, with that mid-Stark World access and obviously the starting boots.
Oh, we're taking purple. Yes. Oh, because jmeasher hasn't done K45, so he's opting to do K45 instead of Magic Bat here. I don't know that there's a right or wrong answer to that, but it's just unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm trying to think it through in my head as to the best way quote unquote, to cobble all of this together, and still, just, no matter what, it feels awkward and slow in some respects. Okay. Cape. Did we see Bumper Ledge?
I don't know that anyone scouted that. I mean, it's more incentive to go to Graveyard Ledge, I suppose.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I want to say both went right up to Skull, and then right down to Village afterwards.
Shin trying to get spooky, didn't quite get it. I'm not sure if wasn't able to maintain it. Yeah, jmeasher heading right back into the portal here, so gonna check Bumper Ledge, Graveyard Ledge, and then maybe Magic Bat? Or maybe Kern jump over to Catfish? Which jmeasher has not done yet? I don't know. I don't know!
Yeah.
It's just gonna be in Hera. Alright, Graveyard Ledge is not the answer. Meanwhile, Shin picking up crystal number. I'm assuming that's 4, right? Shin did Thieves Town, yes or no?
No.
No?
No.
Why?
Maybe the lack of hammer, question mark?
Looks like we are going to see the Kern jump over to Catfish from jmeasher.
I'm pretty sure he didn't do Thieves.
Well, we'll probably find out here.
Well, he didn't have the silver arrows that you get off blind.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
We don't know if Bat has anything because jmeasher opted to knock out the Dark World mirror checks while turning in the chest rather than the Bat first.
Yeah, I mean, Shin's route here should be Graveyard Ledge into the rest of Thieves Town and then Magic Bat. Well, apparently he has not done King's Tomb either. Can we just force people to go into every pendant dungeon? No, I guess... No, yeah, so Hammer and Hera, and then Flippers and TR.
Yeah, I was thinking for a second, what could actually be a Turtle Rock that would be terrible? It's like, oh wait, the thing that they love.
Yeah, Flippers on Laser Bridge.
Yeah. Mimic Cave, Laser Bridge.
Or hey, let's, you know, Flippers on Trinex even, just so we need to find the Ice Rod. Let's go.
Flippers on the Green Pendant turn-in.
Alright, jmeasher coming back here. This has to be Magic Bat now for jmeasher. I don't think he has anything left here otherwise. And then assuming Magic Bat has nothing, then I believe we are just funneled into Hera with no other option at this point. Oh, Shin didn't even touch Thieves Town at all!
Nope.
Huh. Okay. Alright, Magic Bat says... Nothing! Should have gone into Hera.
Yeah, what did we see in Hera on Shin's side? You got the big key in the first chest.
I don't
I don't remember what. Yeah, I don't remember what was in the chest in the lobby.
Hammer in the basement, let's go.
Big key, small key.
I mean, this has to be one of the two, right? There's no way this can be anything other than Flippers or Hammer.
It doesn't seem really plausible at this point.
Because we have already found all our fetch quest items. The question is, which one is it? Or are both of them in here? So do you like Hera Basement?
We're gonna make you do everything in this scene. Everything.
Alright, Moldorm, bail us out here. Nope, we're going to the basement.
Alright.
Should have just basement rushed.
The seed gave you all the clues.
It did.
Fire source.
Alright.
Yeah.
Get your guesses in chat. Hammer or Flippers, which one's it going to be? Flippers would be the nicer option.
Shin picking up crystal number 4, getting his silver arrows off of
So-
blind. Yeah.
Shin really just has Magic Bat and then also Hera, right? Because Shin has cleaned up all the other stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, Pendant, Hera Basement, what do you got? It's a hammer.
Yeah.
Of course it is. Well, now what do you do? I mean, yeah, you do.
Yeah, I think you
do this.
Yeah. Do the east side of the mountain. You have the entirety of the mountain safe for.
So we know Flippers can't be in Ice Palace. We know Flippers can't be in Swamp Palace. I mean, actually, the options are fairly limited at this point. So it's either on East of Mountain or in TR.
Or hammer pegs, I guess.
Yeah, or hammer pegs. Alright, look at that. We can get into TR. Oh, Shin's gonna scout bumper ledge first.
Yeah, apparently jmeasher must have done that because he didn't go back for a second look. Clearly wasn't anything.
Alright, not there. We know that nothing else can be in those chests, so we don't have to worry about them. Wait, this is not... What is this?
Oh, does Shin still have 45?
I thought Shin did 45, but maybe not. I guess not. I mean, you wouldn't be coming down here for anything else. I thought he had did it after post tablet, but maybe I was mistaken. Alright, we got 7 checks here in Paradox. We have Spiral Cave. We also have Spike Cave now. These things are just in TR. Like, let's just rush it. We know where this is going at this point. Shin not wanting to rush the basement, making the wrong decision. Take a quick peek at the floating island here. Oh, just gonna go straight to TR, huh? Guess this is fine over doing like Spiral Cave and Spike Cave. I don't mind this. Hey, mirror shield. Good, now laser bridge is unleashed.
Picked up those 3 shields in a span of like 90 seconds.
Yeah, everything's clumped in this seed. All the bottles early, all the shields late.
Shin killing Moldor. I'm gonna pick up 300 rupees for his trouble.
jmeasher doing the hardest trick in the game, remembering he doesn't have hookshot for this room. Is there an item left in pod? Is like these just be on Helma? I wasn't paying too much attention.
I thought there was, but it's easy to lose track.
What if? All right, I'm just coming up with like ridiculous scenarios now. That's not fun for anyone, but you know, Ice Rod on Helmasaur for flippers on Trinex.
Oh my goodness. I mean, the way things have rolled in this one.
It's not gonna happen. They're just gonna be on Laser Bridge. See if Shin ends up being a little more thorough on the mountain. Yeah, it looks like he's going to go for Spiral. So, I mean, if flippers are here, this is a big deal for Shin, because Shin gets to save a lot of time over the stuff that jmeasher's doing right now.
Yeah, it would be potentially game swinging.
I think so, yeah. I mean, that puts Shin squarely in the lead.
I mean, the knowledge of the hook shot, which both players have, but I mean, that's pretty huge. It's one less thing that they have to search for. They know they're looking for one thing.
Well, it was not Spiral.
Not Mimic Cave either. Yeah, Shin's gonna make these couple of checks here that we saw on jmeasher's side. Super Bunny, first check of Hookshot Cave. jmeasher, meanwhile, making his way to Laser Bridge. And then after this, if it's nothing, then he's got an interesting decision on his hands. He did skip Spiral. Neither player has checked Spike Cave yet. And yeah, does not look like this is the answer. Barring the fun scenario that Gil posed earlier about prospective ice rod elsewhere. Yeah, so jmeasher and a mirror out here. Let's see. Looks like he's going to get back into Paradox to go back up. At the very, we'll see. And he still does have Spiral Cave, which we saw on Shin's side. He does have Spike Cave up here. If Spike Cave has Ice Rod, then I think Sahabot owes both players an apology. And Shin is going to dive into TR here. Again, what's actually left for the players is so disparate, and not even 100% sure of the item counts remaining in the couple of dungeons. I believe that everything was found in Thieves. Same with Meyer. Pod may have an item on Helmasaur. jmeasher has checked Spiral Cave, got his nothing, and is gonna complete this series of mountain checks here with Spike Cave. Yeah, the question is whether there's an item left in the Thieves' big chest or not. I believe that the players found items on each of the 3 checks they had available in the back. The question is whether they also picked one up in the front. Shin picking up his mirror shield, as jmeasher did, getting 3 shields in rapid succession. Alright, first look at Spike Cave here. Measure down to half a heart, but gets that burnout in time. And red mail. Alright, not the answer. So the mountain had hammer and Hera basement, and as of yet, nothing else. Bunch of shields, red mail.
So the answer was not Turtle Rock.
Nope, it was not Turtle Rock, it was not Spike Cave either.
Well, jmeasher making the... I mean, the best play you can make at this point is just hope it's on Helma. I don't think the answer is TT Big Chest. I think there's no item in Thieves Town. I think we got all 4, so it's this or hammer pegs.
Yeah, that's what I had, but again, you can sometimes you lose track trying to follow both players, but you know, our tracker JLo7 has done a great job keeping us on top of things today.
Yeah, everyone's been doing a great job. In fact, hold on. If you like watching this stuff, these races, this Zelda, all the runners, they would appreciate it. They're very good. They play Zelda. And also our wonderful commentary / tracking team. So we are just last locating everything this seed. It's been great.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I guess the gloves you could definitely see, you know, picking up that first one before you do Aga.
Mm-hmm.
The hammer's kind of gross. Let's just be honest. The hammer's really gross.
Yeah, Pendant Hera Basement is not a fun place to be.
Yeah, but assuming that there is indeed the one final item here in pod, yeah, I don't know. I think
I mean, you have to beat pod anyway, right? So...
Yeah, I think I probably would have come back here earlier because of that fact. You got to beat it earlier. There's one item left, and if it happens to be,
well, you already.
Oh, you didn't have. Well, you didn't. You got.
No.
Yeah, you got mountain.
Yeah.
My bad. That's my bad.
So it's hard to make that call.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the Turtle Rock play is, I think it's a reasonable gamble for both players here.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense given where they are, what is actually left on the map, and how many checks are in here, but it is going to be somewhere else. Well, it could still be in Turtle Rock, but we don't have access to it yet if it is. All right, Helmasaur has... Oh, there it is. Yeah. We just have him on Helmasaur. All right, that is go mode for jmeasher. Well, virtual go mode. Still needs to grab that hook shot, but... So that definitely puts jmeasher in a bit of a lead here. Probably, assuming Shin goes straight to Helma after Laser Bridge here. You know, jmeasher's probably ahead by about 2.5 minutes or so.
Shin gonna knock out Spike Cave here.
Alright, and now officially we are in go mode on jmeasher's side, so we just need to go ahead and beat Ice Palace, beat Swamp Palace, and then head up to GT. Both these dungeons pretty fast when you're go moding them. Interesting, jmeasher going for the Pengator chest there.
Yeah, I was a little surprised. Was that aimed at picking up a small key, maybe?
Possibly. Nope, I'm gonna have to pick up the rock. No, what are we? Am I missing something here?
Yeah, I'm kind of confused.
Oh, jmeasher didn't hit the switch, so he's looking for the big key.
Oh, okay. That does make sense then.
Hey, there's the ice rod. We found it.
You could.
jmeasher really needs to hope. The big key is right here. Nope. So now we have to do. Have to go to iced tea. What? I do believe if you are go moding Ice Palace, it is faster to just hit the switch.
That's typically what I've seen done. That's what I usually do by copying other people, but I've also not timed it out if you get the big key early.
Yeah, I'm sure other people have, but... Alright, so Shin about to get these flippers here in another minute or so as jmeasher makes his way down to Cold Stair, excuse me.
Efficient Cold Stair fight for jmeasher for Crystal 6. Nice job on Helmet for Shin for Crystal 5.
There are Shin's flippers. Just needs to grab that hook shot, and then... Basically, following on jmeasher's tail here, there's... Unfortunately for Shin, not really a lot of opportunity for him to catch up at this point. You know, there's GT routing options, but I think Shin might be a little too far behind for GT routing to make enough of a difference.
Yeah, after picking up those mitts, both players largely done mostly the same stuff in relatively the same order. So,
Yeah.
But jmeasher was obviously quicker to pick those up, which is how he's built his lead to this point.
But yeah, really no reason to open any chests along the way at this point, because you're not going to get a better loadout than what we have right now.
No, the early portion of this game was so stacked.
Shin could, I think, could save a little time here by hitting the switch. Well, not think. He definitely can because of where the big key was, so... Might be able to beat Ice Palace a little bit faster. Oh, that's right. This is legal in this tournament.
It is. Had we been hammer go mode, we might have seen it earlier to bypass the requirement, but now we just see it to be quick. To jmeasher's credit too, he hasn't done anything that's really given Shin any openings.
Right. Yeah,
to
Shin had a
narrow
little
the
trouble
time.
with this icebreaker here too. But yeah, no, to your point, jmeasher's been playing very clean so far, so can't really count on any execution lapses, I think, on Shin's side. Alright, and there is Crystal, number 7 for jmeasher. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, that's all of them. Oh god, people are posting numbers. What does it mean?
People do love numbers, but I think that there are 22 places that the Gans Tower Big Key can be. I like to say if you have a favorite number, you got a prediction, or if you want to do the Fear Agent style of throw out a specific location.
I'm gonna say bottom right chest in rando room.
I usually go top left compass. Hashtag justice for Sahabot. Sahabot knows what it did. It created this seed, okay? So Shin done with ice, gonna make his way to swamp. I'll make sure he's on his way to GT.
Alright, last few seconds here to get your guesses in for GT Big Key. Alright, jmeasher gonna go for what looks like a DM strat. Alright, that's 5.
Just a small key and not much else.
I mean, there's not a whole lot that we can find in here at this point.
Maybe they can find boomerangs in consecutive chests.
Alright, and that's the explosives room.
11 down. Shin making his way to Argus.
And yeah, this is another, like, because of the route that jmeasher took and the fact that the big key was not there, that needs even less opportunity for Shin to really make up any time in GT. I guess unless Shin Brando rushes.
Yeah,
Alright.
base.
Compass in chest number 12. Small key in chest number 13.
Crystal number 7 for Shin, so he's going to be making his way up the mountain soon. But yeah, jmeasher again built that lead basically by getting Dark World access first, and has not relented.
16 and 17. Well, I was wrong. Alright, tile room rush for Shin maybe gives him a shot here if it's the big key. But also probably still not. Alright. Bob's chest here, check number 18. $5. $19. Hey, there's a boomerang. $20. Alright, we found it. Chest number 20. Congratulations to jmeasher for finding the big key. Nobody guessed 20 today. Alright, so you just ice armor most rush here, right? Like,
Yeah, that's the clear play. The seed's been pointing you that direction the whole way.
Yeah, I mean, they give you silvers. Come on, it's obvious.
You got a hook shot. Its clear only function is to go left. To ice armors.
Yeah, jmeasher's starting their climb just as Shin enters. I mean, Shin's probably a good 3.5 minutes back at this point, depending on how he routes the basement. But it looks like he's just going to route it the same way that jmeasher did.
Yeah. I don't know, this feels like one of those seeds where playing it, it would kind of feel hard to assess exactly where you are, because again, as you noted earlier, there are multiple places that you feel likely that your opponent might also be last locating.
Yeah, it's really tough to say. You can feel real bad about finding those gloves in Eastern, where you're like, oh boy, well, if my opponent just did Saha Eastern early, I wasted a bunch of time there. I think you can probably assume that your opponent is pretty close to last locating the hammer and the flippers as well, though. So I think it just comes down to how you feel about when you got your glove, which in this case, jmeasher was the first one to find it, so... jmeasher does need to remember to grab a small key from the mini helmets here. I believe that means that tile room was a small... I guess it could be a small camel climb as well. We'll never know. Whoops. Getting charged by Moldorm there. That was a good triple there. Oh, just missed that one.
I like the idea though.
Oh, I guess that first one wasn't a triple. Looked like it, but
That's what I thought it was too.
yeah. Alright, so Agate down. We just have a Ganon fight with 15 hearts, gold sword, silver arrows, half magic. No cape on jmeasher's side though, so red mail.
Yeah, he's got to be careful without that cape. Shin about to get his big key.
Double here. Yeah. All right.
Very nice.
And get your GGs in chat for jmeasher, who will be finishing this seed in first place as soon as we cross the bridge here. It's definitely going to happen. Okay, there it is. GG's jmeasher finishing with a time of 1:38.54. Locks up a spot in brackets and gives himself a chance to even play a tiebreaker match against Shin sometime in the near future for first place overall in the group. We'll see how they have one more race to go against another member of Group T to determine that.
Yeah, jmeasher versus Calamarino. I don't know if that one's actually on the schedule yet, but will likely take place within the next couple days. Yeah, if jmeasher wins that, then these two will be playing the third game, as you noted. The good thing for Shin here is, even though he came up short in this one, he is still guaranteed of making the brackets. So,
yep.
And still has an opportunity to win the group too.
And we are joined by our winner, jmeasher. GG's.
GG's.
Hey, thank you, GG's.
So did you enjoy last locating everything in this?
Yeah, it was super fun. I love dressing out through the entirety of the end game. No, that was rough. The hammer is one thing. Like, I feel like even if I had gone in right after grabbing ether, I probably would have skipped the basement regardless.
Yeah,
So,
agreed.
Like, I don't necessarily feel too bad about that. But man, then, hammer's there and literally the entire mountain opens up for you. And I had 2 checks left in the sort of the rest of the overworld.
Right.
So it's like, you couldn't possibly be down there. Like, those flippers have to be on the mountain.
You would think.
There's no way that I've got like 20 checks up on the mountain and flippers would be somewhere else. And of course, they're right there on the critical path.
Right. Well, we were talking about that too, and I think it's really hard to not do the mountain there, right? Like, I think you can assume any reasonable person's going to be doing the mountain with all those checks, and you find your Hera in Hera basement, you're not going to just, like, leave to go do 1 check in pod.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be one thing if, like, if I had found that hammer a little bit earlier, and that opens up, pod and some other checks.
Sure.
But yeah, without those flippers, though, like, that hammer actually didn't really do that much in the grand scheme of things, other than open up the entire mountain.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, that's tough. Like, the saying goes, always be clearing crystal dungeons.
Always be clearing crystal dungeons unless you have 25 other checks right in front of you.
Right. Honestly, the real factor was I didn't want to have to climb the mountain again. Climbing the mountain is not a trivial time sink. But yeah, obviously didn't end up burning me this time. Sounds like we both had a pretty terrible time.
Yeah, again, I think it was pretty tough to not last location the hammer and the flippers. It comes down to, I think the glove is the one thing that you can maybe feel a little bit bad about if you find that late. You actually found it before Shin, which honestly was a good chunk of the difference here, because Shin just kind of did a lot of goofy stuff before finally committing to going into Pendant Eastern.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, for me, I obviously skipped Eastern before going to Aga, just because, what are the odds at that point that Eastern's got 2 gloves or gloves and a hammer? Like,
right.
Extremely unlikely. So I knew that Aga was going to be required almost certainly. And then from there, it's just quickly over to pod for that first glove. I mean, as I recall, there wasn't too much besides Eastern at that point, though. Like, even that 1 glove from pod didn't open up a ton.
No, it put Zora in logic, and that was really kind of a catfish, and that was really kind of it.
Yeah, so I mean, I could see, maybe sinking a little bit of time running up to a catfish and then checking Zora area before going back to Eastern.
Shin did some interesting stuff before. Once we get him in here, we'll talk to him. Okay. But he made some choices after Aga.
I guess this will be an interesting one to go back and rewatch, I guess.
GG's to Shin, though, finishing 2nd today. Official race time.gg time of 1:44:05.
Officially finishing 5-1 in the group stage. Let's see if we can get Shin in here. Okay, there. He's in the waiting room. Can I just drag him up here? Do I have permission to do that? I do. Yes! Hello, we are joined by Shinmaru, who I dragged up into the booth. Hello.
GG's.
He's not even here. He wasn't even ready. He wasn't even ready to be dragged up here. Having minor technical difficulties here.
Okay, that should be good now.
There we go. Now we are joined by Shin.
Hello.
Hey,
GG's. Oh my goodness. I think I invented new ways to last locate that seed.
You both kind of did.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard
Um,
not to. It's just like,
however-
oh, I don't know.
All right, let's talk, Shin. We got
right.
some things to talk about here.
Oh, I'm sure.
How many items are in Desert Palace?
There's definitely 2. I left one on the boss, right? Oh, it's just a map. Oh, that's. I
Yeah.
definitely felt bad.
There was a couple things I mean, you went back to the big chest for the compass after getting the Arcana Burna, and then we were just besides ourselves after
Honestly, I
getting
was
that golden pod.
I was just thinking about Aga at that point. I think my brain was just elsewhere, so I wasn't thinking. And after that, there was no excuse. But clearly I'd already forgotten. So
Jamie, sure. What basically happened was after getting the glove in pod, Shin decided to go back to desert to kill Lanmo.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very silly. I forgot about the items, so I was like, "Oh, there's an item on Lanmo, right? No. Oh, cool. I did the slow way for nothing. Cool."
Yeah, that happens, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Played enough of these things. Yeah.
Were you just like avoiding Eastern on purpose because you knew I was coming?
No. I just I don't know. Pen and Eastern is just like ugh.
It's gross. Yeah.
It is gross. Yes. So it's like I made the Aga play instead of that, so I was like, I'll just.
Yeah, I know the Aga play. I think was
Yeah.
smart from both of you. You both did it before Eastern, and I think that's totally reasonable. Like jmeasher was saying before you got in here, that you're not going to find the 2 items you need to get to Dark World in Eastern, so you're probably gonna have to do Aga.
Yeah. I was just glad it wasn't Hammer in there. It was like Mitz felt a little better to last locate in there.
We got a much cooler place for Hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy.
But I mean, honestly, there wasn't. The seed was linear-ish in that you just kind of had to do everything before your last location because no one was going to go to Pendant Hera basement before it was the only check left. And Shin, you were a little bit later to those mitts. And I think jmeasher's Dark World routing was a little bit more efficient in some spots.
Yeah,
I would expect. A little bit of time, and then by the time you find the hammer, there was just really no time to catch up because
there's just so few spots left at that point.
I'm guessing you also took the mountain bait after grabbing that hammer.
Oh yeah. Full on mountain, dove TR, everything.
Listen. Find me the person who doesn't take that mountain bait.
Exactly.
I will find you a liar.
Yeah, exactly. Like how do you not? Like there's like our options on the ground are Helma and Hammer Pigs at that point.
Yeah.
And it's like neither of those are it. You're climbing the mountain again. It's like so slow because you still don't have hookshot at that point. It's like you kind of have to.
Yeah, I mean, put it this way: if this were a qualifying seed, somebody would have finished in like an hour 15, and literally the rest of the field would be hour 30s, hour 40s. I don't doubt someone might have done it, but the percentage play, it's kind of a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm.
But but GG's to you both. Both of you now locked to make it to brackets.
Yeah, takes a pretty big weight off my mind. I've got 1 race left, so.
Yeah, still a potential tiebreaker for first place in the group here, depending on how that last match goes.
Yeah.
See, maybe we can do this again.
Yeah. Our times seem to line up pretty well, so I don't think it'll be too difficult to arrange something if it comes to that.
But I mean, I don't know, unless there was anything else that anyone wanted to touch on, we can probably wrap things up here.
No, don't want to talk about my escape. Forget about that. I was still waking up. That's my excuse for that escape. But no, beyond that, just kind of a weird seed. I feel very fortunate to have won, and GG's again, Shin. It's 2 good races we had.
Yeah, GG's again to you. Very fun. I'm just glad it wasn't like tile room, and there's like no potential of a tile room gambit. That's like a crummy way to win. Oh, good, my CR, beautiful, excellent.
I'll be honest.
Enjoy the CR.
I'll be honest. I was thinking about it when I was walking.
Yeah, I was thinking about it too. I'd rather lose than win by a tile room gambit. If I'm being perfectly honest.
I don't think it would have put you very close, Shin, but I think you were still just behind enough that the tile room wasn't going to quite get you there.
Yeah.
Because I think you were entering GT just as jmeasher was starting the climb.
But I'll say, other than that, thank you guys for the restream. Really appreciate it. Tracker, Zushima, and you guys for commentating. This should be an interesting one to watch back.
Yeah, I echo those thoughts. GG's again to jmeasher. Thanks for the comms, tracking, restream, all that. Thanks for featuring us.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching. Arya, thank you for hopping in the booth to come with me.
Yeah, my pleasure. GG's again to both jmeasher and Shin. Best of luck the rest of the way, and if there's a third matchup, I'm sure it's going to be as close as the first two were.
Thank you to JLo for tracking, as always. Much appreciated. That's going to do it for us now. I don't know that there are any more matches hard on the schedule for today yet. There are a couple that could potentially pop up this evening, depending on if we can get a crew for it, so keep an eye out. But otherwise, this is it for Link to the Past Randomizer for today, I believe. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you back here soon.